Yeah, and girl will make her way. She's going to look back at the Yeti, maintain some eye contact, but is also then going to go and make her way to another cage with an animal in it to assess whether that is also a Yeti or whether there's another kind of
Before
creature.
you don't have to look. You can recognize the smell that this cage, both the other cages have wolves.
Have wolves?
Mm-hmm. Big grey fairy wolves, just wolves. You can tell the difference. They don't smell like wolflings.
Okay, I'm gonna. Girl will make her way to that second door then.
Mm-hmm.
And when she gets to the door, she will test it to see whether it's locked or not.
So this door firmly shuts. This door it's firmly shut, and just turning the handle, it's not going to open as far as you.
Can you say that again?
I said it's firmly bigger, solider door, firmly shut, and seems to be locked.
Okay, and then you said that there's a kind of L shape, and the courtyard continues.
Yes, so the yard is kind of L-shaped around the building, which is taller than one story. It's kind of tall for. Doesn't look like it's two-story, but it's kind of taller than one story. That makes sense. So you've got in the sort of bottom of the L where you came in. There's the cages, and then round to the left of the building, there's some look like sheds and storage things like that, and a wall at the far end of the L, which doesn't have a door in it. The wall's about 6 foot high all the way around it, outside of the L.
And there are the two doors to get out of here, and you said spikes at the top of the wall.
Yeah, the wall's got spikes running it.
All right, so girl is girl goes back to that strong door. Girl will go on and give a listen to see if she can pick up any noise of anybody moving in that building, speaking in that building.
Go for it.
This is actually, I have a pretty good listen skill. This is a awesome result on my listen.
Oh, put a check mark against it. Against the morning sounds of Smith City, through the door, you can detect various snuffling, snoring noises. At least 3 distinct patterns of snoring, suggesting at least 3 people are the other side first.
Okay, and there aren't any windows or anything like that. Are there?
There are small window openings about 7 foot up the wall. There's several of them each side of the building.
Okay,
big on the side you can see. They're kind of smaller. They're not glazed or anything, but kind of boxy thing to let a light in or smoke out.
Okay. If I was able to climb up there, does it seem like I'd be able to fit through?
Yes. It would be a squeeze, but a person wanting to.
I guess that's what girl tries first. She'll with that, she'll kind of look near that heavy door that I heard the breathing coming through, and we'll try to find a window up there, and we'll try the climb ability to see if she can get up that wall.
There's no Free Willy Yeti situation happening here?
There might be, but I think right now I need to assess the situation a little bit.
You can certainly do that. How worried are you about making a noise while climbing?
I don't know that I feel like I would need to be too. I mean, with the noise of the city and they seem to be snoring. I don't. I think I'm more interested in just scaling up that wall if I can.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. In that case, it's relatively straightforward.
That was the cutest Yeti in the history of role playing.
I should remind you, he's heard stories about Yetis, deep parties of adventurers, but yes, maybe it was cutish. Anyway, yes, it's going to be a climb with a roll required of only to get up to the window, because it's not that high. There's handholds, all that sort of thing. Very straightforward. Probably not that dangerous, given the possibility of falling, or we could use the falling.
I was pathetic in trying to get up that wall.
Okay. I can only imagine that this indicates bits of wall coming away in your hands and try to do it.
What about the thumpity bumpity bumpity waking everybody up part?
Yes, I think. How embarrassing! Embarrassing complication being resolved apparently. As you crash back onto one of the cages, shaking it, the Yeti makes a surprised sounding noise. The wolves in the other cages are also awoken, as wolves are wont to do, start howling, and you can no longer hear snores from the other side of and it's not really high enough that you have to make a falling damage. So, what would you like to do?
But I can hear there's a stirring going on across on the other side of that door.
The snore, yes, you can. Given your awesome roll that you made, you can definitely hear. And the snores stop, and people are moving about.
Okay. Are the wolf cages, are these cages locked, or do they have...
You had a proper look early, didn't you? So yeah, the cages are bolt shut, but there's no lock.
What about for the Yeti? I imagine the Yeti...
Yes, the Yeti one has a padlock. That makes sense. He's got proper hands, he can do things. Bolt.
Okay, I think what Girl is going to try to do... she has as a ranger, I have a protection from animals ability. And so I'm going to, my plan here is to use that ability and unbolt the two wolf cages. And then, knock on that door.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm doing this, have my protection from the wolf's ability going.
Okay, so you're going to open the cages, let them out and trust to your protection ability.
That they will not be attacking me.
Fierce-looking wolves will not endanger you. Okay, cool. You can open the cages, that's fine. You see the half-starved, scarred bodies of the wolves prowl out into the courtyard. And let's go ahead and have you roll your protection randomly. Since they are hungry-looking wolves in your direction at the moment.
Yeah, I was trying to find...
So, You will need to roll your nature skill with a roll required of +1.
I got a superior.
Ooh. So that's possible. That means you will be non-magical animals may not attack for 4 times 2 minutes, so 8 minutes. If you wanted to and held people's hands, they would also. I feel like you're not likely to want to do that in this context, as the door into the yard from the building creaks open, and Mr. Trick earlier, I don't know what it was. Yes, what you immediately recognise as a serpentine looks out into the to understand why all this noise and shouting and howling. Do you want to do anything, or are you going to let wolfy nature take its course?
I think I will hopefully let wolf nature take its course, but I think I also will get my axe in hand to follow the wolves in case they might need some extra help.
Okay. I don't know how to do a scream with a hiss involved in it. These are these big snaky people. As a hungry and enraged ball of wolf fur and muscle and sinew and morpheus teeth leaps towards the door as it opens inwards, and the serpentine tumbles back under a pile of wolf. You want to follow them in?
Yes.
Cool. In the room, you reckon what you can see. It's a big open, a big space. There's no interior. There are kind of steps around the edges, sort of kind of not banked seating, but banks with you. Standing in the centre, a sunken pit with wooden walls around it. From all your time as a slave and things like that, you recognise a fighting pit. In this instance, presumably for wolves and other things that you use to fight things. There is a big serpentine scrambling for his flail, a slightly smaller serpentine who is across the other side of the room and opening the door, and presumably a serpentine under a number just inside the doorway.
Tactically, you evened things up pretty well with your tactics there, Robbie. I gotta say, it could have been a little uglier, and you've managed to. You got plenty of time without wolves attacking you.
Right. So you said a serpentine going for the door, and what did you say about the last serpentine? That there's a third one?
The third serpentine was the one near the door you have now come in through. He's under a pile of wool. Okay. There's one who's trying to run away. There's a big double doors from where you are, or where the back was. The other one serpentine is there trying to open that and presumably get out, and there's one serpentine with pulling a big flail and looking like he's about to.
Okay, that's the one that girl I think will go after, is the one who is trying to get the weapon.
Okay, cool.
And I have my
sounds like a fight.
Yes.
He is surprised, so you definitely get to go first. Are you doing anything particular, or is this just an aggressive act?
Yeah, I think this is going to be. I'm trying to kind of get to him before he can get that flail and get that flail in shape to do any damage.
Is that a quickness thing, or does he just get to go first?
I think if you want to get to him before he's grabbed his flail from across the room, I'll need a quick.
Okay. So on my quickness,
The roll required is passable.
I got a passable result on my quickness.
Cool. You are in his face as he's just about to turn to pick it up, and you are in his face. If he turns away, he's got his back to you. So, but you can certainly do things to him while he is unarmed. If you're the sort of person who attacks poor, harmless, unarmed.
Yes, in this case.
Yes. Cool.
Who? Girl? Really?
The Cormac McCarthy novel that is girl's life continues into another chapter.
Cool. You're attacking with the axe, I believe. So roll, huh?
Right.
He's unprepared to defend himself properly, so you get. In fact, there's probably a rule about attacking unarmed people. You get a +1 fast.
Okay, so I rolled a. I just had it. I rolled on a great, and if you're giving me +1, that would be a superior.
Cool. You have embedded an axe in his shoulder. I suppose I could roll dice to find out what you can. Embedded an axe in his shoulder. He hisses and falls backwards and is scrabbling for his flail. He is a bit down, but not currently out.
And I would probably say something like surrender, or you're going to take another chop of my axe.
Cool. That sounds like a bully roll to me.
I am rolling quite well now. It's
I'm tempted to give you a +1 column shift as well, because you just. It does seem like the point where you would,
Okay, I rolled good. I rolled good, so that would make it great as the result.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. As I said, he was on the floor scrabbling for his flail. But he kind of lifts his hands up, moves back away from that. He's kind of looking between you and just past you to where there are massing wolves coming towards him.